What truly destroys someone who tried to hurt you is not revenge. It is indifference. Have you ever stopped to think about the psychological impact of being treated as if you never existed? The person who hurt you wants to see you react. They want anger. They want sadness. They want chaos. But there is something far more devastating than any emotional outburst. Moving on with calm, elegance, and superiority. When you don't react, when you don't argue, when you don't seek revenge, you are saying something without words. You never had control over me. Imagine the strength required to continue your life as if nothing happened. No indirect messages, no public scenes, no drama. Absence becomes the punishment. Your peace becomes the humiliation. Now think about the moments when someone tried to break you. What would hurt them more? Not your anger, but your silence. Not your pain, but your progress. In this video, you'll understand the most powerful and silent way to show someone who tried to hurt you that they never had any power over you, without losing your dignity and without sinking to their level. The Stoics understood this more than 2,000 years ago, something modern psychology is only now confirming. Whoever controls their reaction controls the game. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you respond to it." That simple truth crushes the ego of those who tried to manipulate you. Because while they expected to see you broken, you become untouchable, not through revenge, but through self-mastery. The greatest retaliation is not returning the blow. It's showing that the blow never reached you. First, indifference destroys more than 1,000 words. They want a reaction. They want to see you explode, suffer, or fight back. But when you refuse to play that game, when you choose silence instead of spectacle, you send the strongest message possible. You are not worth my energy. And that hurts, because you become a mirror, reflecting the failure of someone who tried to hurt you and failed. Second, the person who hurts you wants to matter. Behind every emotional attack is a hidden desire to feel significant. When you deny that significance by simply moving on, without explanations, without demanding justice, they are left with emptiness. They wanted to be the center of your pain. Instead, they receive silence, and silence weighs heavier than any aggressive response. Imagine this. Someone betrays you, humiliates you, disrespects you, and you simply disappear. No explanations, no traces. The person who wanted war finds nothing, and in that nothingness, desperation grows. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. You don't need to prove anything. Your peace is your counterattack. Your absence is the punishment. Your success is the final humiliation." They expected your fall. Instead, you grow, you evolve, you smile. While they believed they had destroyed you, you build the strongest version of yourself. And here's the hardest blow of all. You win in silence. No revenge, no explanations. Every victory sends a clear message. You failed to destroy me. There is no punishment more devastating to the ego than watching the happiness of someone you try to break. Third, contempt is an invisible and unbeatable weapon. Anger is still a connection. Hatred is still a response. But contempt is total erasure. It's treating someone as if they were never part of your story. That corrodes, because the manipulator doesn't want to be hated. They want to be remembered. And what you give them is forgetfulness. Epictetus warned, "Do not fight evil with noise, but with silence." Fourth, self-control is the highest form of power. The manipulator expects you to collapse, to beg, to explain yourself. But when you respond with calm, composure, and restraint, Control shifts. You don't control external events. You control your mind. That serenity is destructive because it exposes the illusion that the other person ever had power over you. Fifth, leaving without explanations is silent torture. If you argue, they can defend themselves. If you debate, there is still connection. But when you walk away quietly, no farewell, no closure, you remove all control from their hands. And that is unbearable. Seneca warned, "Do not argue with fools. Their words are traps for your dignity." When you disappear with class, without resentment, they are left alone with their own actions. What looked like victory becomes a mental prison, and they become their own jailer. Time collects its debt, and it charges interest. At first, the person who hurt you may believe they won. They may even mock your silence. But time is ruthless. When days pass and you don't react, don't return, don't mention them, discomfort turns into doubt. Doubt turns into guilt. Guilt turns into irreversible regret.